welcome back to the Anchor Down podcast. We've got season 3, episode 13 coming up here. I'm your host, Ian Larrabee.
Co-host Benny Gallitt.
And today we've got kind of a lot to talk about.
Yeah, it's getting busy on time of the year.
Right.
A couple more weeks left of school. It's getting cold. Christmas is around the corner, so yeah.
Yeah. And with that, you got to, of course, all the concerts and events and whatnot getting in there, and sports.
It's always pretty fun. I mean, it's busy. Families coming back to town, so it's nice.
Right. It gives a lot happening every night, pretty much, or every week. Starting off into it, start talking about some sports here. Obviously, that's real big right now. Every season is fully underway.
Yeah, I'd say.
I think swimming and skiing are the last two sports to have events, which they have. Swimming has a meet tonight, and then skiing has one Friday. So everyone's getting there. But if you want to start off, you want to talk about hockey. You guys had a game last night.
Yeah, we had a game in Greenway last night. It was at 7. It was a good win, 10-0. Kind of pulled up some younger kids for some varsity experience, so it was good.
Right, that's kind of I think that's the biggest beating you guys have had on them since you've been playing here? What was it last year? It was a decent game last year.
Yeah, I think it was maybe 8, but I think they've scored like a goal on us in the past 3 years. So,
the shutout's a big thing. Man.
Yeah.
That's 0 on the board.
Right.
Both sides of it. If you're on the back end of it, it's real discouraging.
Yeah.
And then when you're
even like football, we were talking, like, you could get killed by 50, but that 0 hurts the most.
Yep.
Like,
that 0 always kills. No, that's really good, though. Then did you guys have a game this past weekend at all, or no?
I don't remember. Let me try to think.
You don't know either.
Yeah, we did. We were in Totino Grace last Saturday.
Yeah, TG there.
Yeah, and that was a 4-1 win. So
that was another win. And they were good. Win. That's a good hockey.
Yeah, good single A private school. I mean, their math class is playing hockey, so got to say they're pretty good.
Yeah. No, that's really good. We've got you guys have just been doing well. I was looking at, they had some of those new rankings coming out.
Okay, yeah.
Where it's a weird one because you guys in single A, I mean, you lost to Cloquet.
Right.
But you've beat, all these other ones. But then it's like there's still Hermantown, and so I think you guys were like 4th.
Yeah, I think it went Hermantown, War Road, Cloquet, then us.
Yeah.
So.
But you guys will play Cloquet again, right?
Yep. We'll play them again down there towards the end of the season.
And then you play Hermantown before the playoffs, or no?
Yep. Yeah. That'll be a home game, so yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a good one to see for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys got a lot happening right there.
Right. Yeah.
Just keep up that good stuff. All the younger kids.
Right, and it was great to see everyone just come to the game last night too.
And those ones are nice when it's Greenway. The amount of people that
I haven't seen like an away student section like that in a long time.
Winning causes that.
Well, that's the thing is you have success and it attracts people. I mean, being a student fan, whatever, it's better when you're winning. It's more fun.
Yep.
And then like we've talked about too, of all those younger kids, it's so great for them to be able to see that success, and whether they get much playing time or not, they're still part of that team.
I mean,
having success.
Yeah, so we had like 2 lines of JV come up and play with us last night too for the 3rd period. So that was great, just kind of supporting them when we're on the bench. So yeah, it was fun. Yeah,
that's legit. Other than that too, you got girls hockey. Girls hockey, I think they played last night.
Yeah, they played last night.
I don't know what the score.
Yeah, the score's not uploaded anywhere. So.
Yeah, but they're doing okay. They're struggling a little bit here, but they've got a game Friday now, the 13th here. They're playing Rapids, which it's Rapids. That's going to be a tough one for sure. But other than that, I think they also they've got a couple games kind of hitting back to back. They play I Falls at home on Monday.
Okay.
And then they're at Northern Lakes on Tuesday.
Yeah, Northern Lakes, they should probably be pretty solid.
Yeah. So they got a couple games coming up. I said, everyone's really getting into this.
Right.
Busy.
Yeah, it's getting busy. But it's good. I mean,
it is. It
gives people like us stuff to talk about.
Right.
And just around the school, if everyone's busy, less like bad stuff happens. So.
And then also, those home games, it's nice. Kids
Right.
get to go out and
go to
watch.
a basketball game or a hockey game or whatever. It's all fun.
Yep, and I mean, I think everyone probably can agree games, events are more fun than having practice.
Oh, yeah, by far.
And when you get to go out and actually compete, it's better than having practices in the week. Yeah, so that's good. Hockey, really getting into that. You guys are going to be on a bit of an away stretch again, though. You have a game this Saturday, right, the 14th versus Little Falls. That's at home, and then after that, you'll be away.
Yeah,
for
we'll have
a while.
Yeah, we'll have. I guess our next home game will be the 27th against
27th,
Cambridge. So
wow.
that'll be after Christmas.
Yep.
And then before we know it, Hockey Day Minnesota's here.
Yeah, when is that? What day do you know?
I want to say like the middle of January. I'm not sure the exact date, but somewhere around there. But yeah, it'll come quick. So,
and do you know who you play yet, or is that
Eden Prairie?
Eden Prairie.
Yeah, and they're a pretty good team. So
yeah. No, that'll be really good to see.
Yeah.
That's an exciting one.
Yeah.
Do you play down in the cities?
Yeah, it's actually at Valley Fair, so I'm pretty sure like it's in the
really?
parking lot. Yeah.
Oh, that's
so we'll have
super
to turn
cool.
on the roller coaster or something, go for a ride.
Yeah, there you go. That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I guess that makes sense. That parking lot's massive.
Right.
There. No, that's really cool. That'll be a good experience.
Yeah.
I mean, just everything. The stuff for you guys being on that team, getting to experience that.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, we're extremely lucky, but I also feel like we kind of worked for a lot of it too.
Well, right. It's not like you just randomly popping up there. I mean, this is definitely proving that you are going to be belonging.
Yeah, all Pee-wees. I mean, just like the outdoor rink work we put in is just
right.
Everyone's so bought in right now. It's just so nice to see like everyone cares so much, and then the town around us cares too. We have so much support.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, definitely a big one is everyone being bought into it, like full go, ready for it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's super cool. Those hockey's gonna keep pushing on. Like I said too, we've got the boys swimming. They started up what had it been last week on Monday, and they're having their first event tomorrow night, Thursday.
Sweet. Which
is the relays. There's a few schools going to be there. It's at Hibbing.
Okay.
I think it was like Duluth East, Chisholm. I don't know, maybe Rock Ridge. Just kind of some close teams. And then their first kind of bigger event is the Proctor next Tuesday, the 17th.
Okay.
So they're going to start getting into it now, swimming and diving. And then there's also the skiing. Skiing, they started last week. They actually got to Giants Ridge last week.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And so their first event is tomorrow, Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Which it's at Giants Ridge. It's Rock Ridge's tournament. They're hosting the meet. But of course,
because that is like everyone's like home event,
right?
I guess it just kind of depends who's hosting.
Who's actually hosting it? Yeah.
I kind of wonder like how long like after the off season does it take to get back in the skiing swing? Because like I get you've done it your whole life, but like you don't do it as often as like skating or like something else like that. So I don't know. I wonder how long it takes for them to kind of back get in the roll.
Yeah, I think it definitely takes a good couple weeks, I'd say, of being out there.
Right.
Because, I mean, it is a lot, and especially, it can be hard on your body, too, with it when you're going down, and so it's getting, I think, used to all of that movement and the pressure.
You're probably pretty sore the first couple of weeks. Kind of like a football.
Right, yep.
Beginning
just getting used to that.
Yeah.
But no, that's super good that they're able to get onto Giants Ridge.
Right.
And I'm trying to remember last year if they had to like postpone the first meet, I think, of the year because they weren't able to get it.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean,
I'm pretty sure.
We didn't have any snow last year.
Yeah, I think they ended up having to like postpone it last year because they just did not have enough snow to get out there.
Right.
This year, all the snow we have though, I'm thinking it's gonna stay. I got worried on would have been Sunday morning because I woke up and it was like 40 degrees outside and there was so much snow just gone, melted.
Right, yeah.
Like, it was crazy. The roads were bone dry, like, other than the water from the melted snow.
Yeah.
I could see grass in people's yards.
Yeah,
I was like...
When we came back from the cities that day, or there would have been that Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, it's a little, like, there's no snow down there at all right now.
Yeah.
It's like 50 degrees. It's still like fall.
Yep. And and then Sunday night
Right, yeah,
came
some did melt,
Sunday
but
came
yeah,
and
we got some snow.
got crazy, and then it was kind of warm those next couple days, but now it's starting to really get into that that cold
winter
time. But I like the snow, man. The snow is
that's
nice.
great.
Winter time. We talk about here for wrestling. We are getting into our season really. We had a tournament this past weekend at Foston, and that went really well for us for the most part. There was 3 of us that won the tournament.
Sweet.
Myself, Preston, and then Clayton Horst.
Oh, Horst, yeah, good for him.
And then there was the girls wrestled there as well, and then there's a couple other kids on the varsity who placed. I don't remember what everyone placed, but overall it's a good tournament. It's kind of just a good tournament. We go to that one every year, and it's that good mix of you get AA schools, a couple single A, but pretty equal caliber and equal numbers. It's a pretty fair tournament for the most part.
How are you guys doing health wise for the team? I mean, injury, sickness.
Really good so far.
Okay.
Yeah, there hasn't been. We had a couple kids who had stuff coming into the season.
Yeah.
And there's been a couple problems with coming into the season, and then now in the season with people who have weeks.
Right. There's a couple kids on our team that are still in that boat.
So there's a couple problems with that, but you kind of get that every year.
Every year.
There's always
always something going on. I mean.
Right. We do have one kid. He's got a messed up knee. I don't know what it is completely, but he just started getting back into practicing. Monday, he was out for a little while, and the doctor approved him, whatever. Yesterday at practice, he's laying on the ground in pain. I'm like, dude, what's up? He's like, can you just press on my knee and pull my leg up? And I'm like, oh, sure. And I start pressing on it, pop, the whole knee pops back, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I would have been like, nah, no. You can call someone else. I'm not touching that.
I didn't realize that was what was going to happen. I jumped back, and I'm like, yo, Lennon. I'm like, that's crazy, dude.
That's scary stuff.
Yeah, but for the most part, it hasn't been bad. There really hasn't been anything. And for wrestling, our numbers are still good. We've got really big younger kid, and then the girls, which we've been kind of adjusting to this year. Different practices, we've been practicing at the high school for varsity. They'll practice at the Lincoln.
Okay, yeah.
Then we'll combine some days, but just to get each other their different needs. The younger kids need a little extra help and more learning some basics. The older kids need, some more intense things.
So that's a new thing we're doing with hockey. Is in the past we've done it, but every other Wednesday our JV team practices with the Bantam A's.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of a little more, I guess you could say, competition within each other. So it gives the Bantams, some, I guess, a little better experience, but also there's some good Bantams, so it pushes some of the JV kids as well.
Right.
And then you can kind of see what you're going up against next year as well.
Yeah, so, that too.
Yeah, so that was something that we've done in the past, because they kind of got away from it for a couple of years, but we're doing it again. So that was another addition.
Yeah, I do think there's something good about understanding that different age and maybe even not by age, but just different skill. You need different things in practices.
Right.
You can't always push the younger and weaker kids 100% because it's not going to be good for them. They might not be able to get better.
And also another good thing is a team bonding type of thing.
That too.
These are the kids that you're going to play with next year, so might as well. I mean, don't look ahead yet, but you still at the same point you kind of have to.
Yep. Yeah, I like that for us this year of having those younger kids kind of down, separated a bit, just because they can work on their stuff a little bit more. They can take it at a little slower pace, and then for the older kids, you don't have to. But then you still get mixed in, right? It's not like you're fully together or fully apart. And then definitely the team aspect of getting everyone comfortable with each other.
Yeah, it's always good. I mean.
Yep. Yeah, that's for wrestling. We have coming up this Saturday. It's our only event this week. We're at Rock Ridge for this tournament.
Okay.
It's a pretty nice one. Rock Ridge. I mean, they got a brand new gym, brand new wrestling mats, whatever. All their stuff's nice.
Yep.
And then we don't have another meet until the following weekend, which is a real big tournament.
Yeah, Preston was telling me about that.
Yeah, it's the biggest tournament of the year other than state, essentially.
Yep.
So that one will be really good, too. yeah, other than that, we got moving into some basketball. We got boys and girls basketball here. Girls, they're still struggling a good bit.
But I mean, early. You could say it's early. Still.
They did have their first home game last night, which was Duluth East, I believe.
Okay.
I think that's who it was. Didn't go the greatest.
Right.
But
that's a big school. I mean,
yeah,
they'll get it rolling.
They're working with it, and they've got all the young kids too.
Yep.
Trying to get them up and building that. Which oddly enough, I feel like, I don't know, in every year, I mean, I can't really totally tell, but I swear I've seen a lot of younger girl basketball players this year.
Yeah, I could.
Like walking in, because, I come into school 2:40, 2:50-ish before practice, and they're always kind of hanging out by the gym.
Yeah.
So I'm going to the locker room, and there's like a lot of these younger girls.
So,
and so
that's
hopefully
a good
those
sign.
numbers, hopefully those numbers stay up. And then they're going to be at Aiken, or no, that's a home game tomorrow versus Aiken. Tomorrow night they'll have another home game. Boys basketball, they had a couple games the past weekish, whatever.
They're rolling.
Yeah, they won both those games. They beat Hermantown.
Yeah, that's big.
And I Falls. That's super good. Good for them there. Now they're playing tomorrow versus Greenway. That's at home. And then
hopefully another win.
Yeah, hopefully that Greenway game, a good win and a home win at that too.
Right. Yeah, get everyone into it.
Right. And then this Saturday they're playing Zimmerman, but they're playing at the Target Center,
which
down
is
in the city.
Extremely cool to me.
That's super cool. Yeah, there's nothing quite like playing or participating in your sport on like a really big stage. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of what makes like the hockey state tournament so cool. It's at the XL.
Yeah.
It sells out. I mean, the atmosphere's crazy.
Right.
The whole town comes. I mean, the whole Iron Range comes when Greenway made it that one year. It was just.
Yeah, that's a really cool thing when, like, especially when smaller teams make it. The entire town. Well, that's even like last year when Cherry went to state.
Right.
Cherry had like a day or two off of school.
Yeah, so they could go.
Everyone was going.
I know.
Teachers, parents, students, like everyone was going to be there.
Yeah, it's just awesome.
Yeah. No, I remember going my 9th grade year to state for the first time, and you walking around the X, and then you going out and wrestling, and it's like massive crowd. It's
a bunch of top name like brand for the expos are there. It's just like if you were like out of town and you came there, you never think it's like a high school event.
Right.
It's just like so professional. I mean, even some Wild players come there and sign autographs. I mean, it's just sweet.
The famous people and that, like professional athletes or college. Like I've seen, I remember the one year. Bad story, but there's like the suite level or club level. That's where the college coaches hang out there, at least for the wrestling tournament. And we were in the story above that. I don't know whatever the 2 levels are.
300 levels.
And a kid who used to go to Hibbing. Dropped a hat down into the booth of where one of the clubs were, and they went down the elevator to that floor. And they were like, hey, they told the security, hey, we dropped our hat down here, we get in. And it was Penn State coaches, scouting and stuff, that they dropped their stuff in there, and it was like, oh gosh.
Man.
But it's really cool. Man.
Right.
All those
it's kind of fun there. I mean, they kind of guard the lower bowl, so you kind of have to find the guards who let you in. You don't have to show your ticket to them. But you kind of just seat hop. I mean, the seats you get are terrible, but you kind of just go until someone kicks you out. But it's fun because the guys that came there are like, we did this as kids too. But you can sit here and but it's all fun. That's
really cool. Whether that Zimmerman game, I think Zimmerman's a pretty solid school. But
I think.
I think they definitely feel way better this year. I mean, again, last week talking with Lucas and Gavin, and I've heard some other kids
better attitude towards it, which is huge.
I think this year they really do have a good, strong team. In terms of
everyone's pretty much getting along.
And all that. So
the home team too.
So that is really good.
We get home team.
Bibbing's home team for that one. So that's really good. Good luck to all those sports coming up here. All the games as we're getting into it and kind of finishing stuff up before usually you have a little bit of a break for Christmas time. Maybe a week or so off.
Yep.
And then getting back into it. Other than that, there's a few things going on around the school. You got the choir concert next Monday.
Yeah.
That's
It's usually a good concert.
Yeah, 7:30 at the high school auditorium, choir concert. Of course, just Christmas, wintertime,
Right.
all that stuff. And then we also have the Teacher Torture Change War Week is happening starting this week into next Wednesday.
That's always fun. I mean,
Yeah, you got Mrs. Anderson, Mr. Sepula, Mrs. Larson, Mr. Tyne, and Mrs. Dana Lindstrom.
Okay.
And they already started, like I said, I think yesterday or Monday they started doing
raises
it.
some good money too. I think.
So I believe it is the Key Club that puts that on.
Yep.
Either Key Club or Student Council, but I think it's Key Club.
Right. Do you know when that the yearly pancake feed is?
I do not, but I hope it's coming out.
Yeah.
Usually, isn't it like January?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
The pancake feed
I always
is
go to
fire.
it. It's just good.
I love it. I
It's
went
during
there.
our lunch right
Yeah.
at MB. I mean, it's like $5 for like all you can eat pancakes.
Yeah, I remember getting out of school early last year
Yeah,
just
it's
so I
good.
could go have an extra
Right.
long lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got that. That's always good. Raises some money here. And then there's a couple other things. This Friday, the 13th, 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. at the high school. It's like a fun night for 8th through 12th graders to go there.
Right, yeah.
They're going to have a volleyball tournament that's going on. And they send all this information out, too. You should be able to find it
on your school
Schoology
email.
or Parent Square, whatever,
Yep.
Student Square. I think that they're going to have the pool open for swimming,
Okay.
board games, just other
there's some video
stuff.
game type stuff there too.
Yep.
So yeah.
And then I think for that they have a concession stand open as well.
Yeah.
Like for some whatever.
Yep.
And then another similar thing is on the 29th of December. That's a Sunday from 8 to 11 p.m. It's at the Memorial Building. They call it the Teen Bash.
Yeah, I remember that last year.
I remember that last year. I went to that last year, actually.
How was it?
It was not bad. So it's like, it's $10 to enter.
Yep.
They have food there. They've got games, and you can go skating, like open skating on the ice.
Okay.
And then I remember playing, we played bingo and some other games in one of the back rooms.
Yeah.
Won some prizes. They've got some good prizes. I think like speakers, water bottles, like gift cards,
that's all
stuff
good.
like that. Nothing crazy, but kind of nice. They have.
Right.
They had just all sorts of stuff going on, like the whole MB, like everywhere there was something happening. But yeah, so that's really cool. If you're interested in that, definitely check it out. Like you said, you can find all that information too.
Right. It's all on the iPad.
Right,
so.
all on your iPad. Other than that too, you got professional sports coming up here. You been watching the
Vikings.
Wild more?
A little bit.
A little bit. They're not doing the.
Talking, I guess.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Wolves,
the-
the Wild,
yeah,
the
I was
Wild are
talking-
doing
I'm
good.
sorry, I was
the
thinking
Wolves
about
aren't
the
the
Wolves.
best, but
Yeah,
yeah,
the
I
Wolves
kind
are
of
not
tune
doing
into
it.
each once in a while.
Wolves 12-11.
Yep.
Wild, they're still tied. They're
Right,
tied
tied in
now
the
for
league.
first.
Yeah.
But they're
finding ways to win.
yeah,
so.
they got a long season ahead of them, man.
Right.
But just trying to keep everyone
Yeah.
healthy and going is going to be cool to see. Because also, if the Vikings do some, if you get like a couple, like multiple franchises, from one state 1 year doing a couple things, that's cool to see.
Right.
The Vikings are sitting at
And
11.
who knows? Timberwolves also have a long season, so
Yeah,
they can
they
turn
do.
it around too.
That Vikings game, I saw a lot of people at that Vikings game, and
Yeah.
Crazy beating against Atlanta.
Yeah, that
all
was.
that.
I mean, Darnold throwing 5 touchdowns off a $10 million
That's
contract. Yeah.
Crazy. Yep. Yeah, that's kind of everything. Like you said, we got a lot happening. It gets a
Right.
little bit long right now.
Yeah, that's,
but yeah, everyone just keep up with your schoolwork because this
Right.
time of year definitely gets long for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm guilty of it.
Yeah.
Slip a few, but
Don't forget that concert at the high school tomorrow night.
There's a concert tomorrow night at the high
Jimmy
school.
Cordeleras
The Cordeleras there. It's
fundraiser.
part of the fundraiser for
the
the
park.
Lincoln
Yeah.
Lincoln School Park, the playground there. So that's tomorrow night at the high school. Busy night tomorrow around town.
right.
But yeah.
Yeah, get out and do something.
Right, get out,
Go
sports.
somewhere.
Festival at 3,
Um,
the library.
Yeah, Yuletide Festival.
yeah.
Yeah, we said that was last week, but we joked. We were
That's
just
right.
joking.
Yeah,
Link.
just pulling Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lot happening right now. So just get out there and support, or
Right.
get out and do whatever it is. But other than that, yeah, we kind of ran a little bit long here, but
Okay.
It's all right.
Wrapping up everything. Again, just all the best of luck and wishes to the sports going on right now. Trying to keep success going.
Enjoy
and
the
everyone stays
holiday. I
healthy.
mean, we'll have one more of these before Christmas break.
Yeah,
So
I suppose.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah. So we will see you guys next week on Anchor Down.
For over 25 years, U.S. Bank, located at 211 East Howard Street in Hibbing, Minnesota, has provided office and studio space for Hibbing Public Access Television. We are thankful for their ongoing support. Hibbing Public Access TV may be viewed on these platforms: hpat.org with video on demand, Mediacom Hibbing 802, 805, and 807. On Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Download the Hibbing Public Access TV app for your iPhone and Android devices. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Vimeo. For more information, scan the QR code and go to hpat.org.